The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, I'd like to welcome everyone to the webinar. My name is Tim. I'm a Learning Support Officer here at Open Colleges. We're just going to wait a few moments before we get started in earnest. Just give a few people who might be coming a little late a chance to drop by. I will just remind everyone that you are currently muted, so if you have been trying to communicate through your microphones, like you've been yelling at me and I haven't been responding, you're actually much better off using the questions or the chat function in order to communicate. But yeah, we'll be beginning maybe 2-3 minutes. The other thing that you might consider just during the course of the webinar is logging into your own open space and actually following my directions and clicking along, just so that you can actually do or go to the places that I'm describing in your own open space and kind of get used to navigating it that way. Some people find that actually doing the navigation, like doing the actions that get you around the website, helps them remember much better. All right, so let's get started. I'd like to welcome the few of you that popped in just after I sort of started the broadcast. Again, my name is Tim. I'm a Learning Support Officer here at Open Colleges, and today I'm going to take you around to OpenSpace, which is the website we use to deliver all of your learning materials and help you get through your course, and just teach you how to navigate it and how to find really everything that you need in order to finish. So to start off with, what I'd like to do is just look to the middle of the screen. So I've got like a lovely address, and more particularly, you've got a picture of your trainer, Livingston. And Livingston's here basically to help you through your course. His job is to help you understand the course content, and if you have any questions, you can contact him by clicking on the circle with his photo in it, and that'll open up a messenger window, which is, I guess, kind of similar to sending an email. And just looks like this, but let's cancel that because I don't want to send him a random message and have him wonder why someone named Test is emailing him. All right, so next I'll point out, can you see the 3 horizontal lines at the top left-hand side of the page? this is what you click on to go to the menu that you use to navigate open space. It'll always be there, so if you're ever lost, just look up to the top left and that will help you get around. So the first thing we'll have a look at today is the course overview. Just click on that. The course overview is an explanation of your course as a whole. It's a good idea to have a read through it just to make sure that you're across everything you need for your course. I find just if you're feeling a bit nervous about completing your course, or you're wondering what your assessments are, particularly if you're feeling really freaked out, reading through the course overview is really, really helpful because it puts everything in context and gives you a sense of what you need to do to finish. It's kind of like in horror movies, the monster you can't see is scarier than the monster you can. And if you don't know what your course entails to get through it, it can be a bit terrifying. So we're just going to pop back up to the menu, and this time we're going to pop down to the first module and click on that. The way your course works is it's divided up into modules, and that's just a way of breaking up the information so it's a little bit more digestible. I think it'd be a little bit terrifying if we gave you everything at once. So we're going to break it up. Each module contains a series of topics. These are kind of collectively referred to as the workbook, which is a throwback to when we had a PDF that you would download that was an actual workbook. And then you have some assessments. And the way you complete each of the modules is you complete all of the assessments within them. So if we go to topic 1.1, we then get that subdivided into topic 1.1.1 and so on. And what you do to study is you read through each of these topics. There'll be notes you can take using these pens here, and you can also see other people's notes so that that way if other people have advice or ideas, you can kind of share with other students, which is great. And you'll occasionally get learning activities as well, which are just, they seem like assessments, but they're not graded. They're just an exercise for you to do in order to kind of help coalesce what you've been learning. So let's go have a look now at one of your assessments. We can have a look at the first one, which is a written assessment. So there are kind of three types of assessments you'll encounter. There are assessments like this one, where you download a Word document by clicking where it says download assessment here in the green bar. And then you type up your assessment in that document. And then once you're done, you save it to somewhere on your computer you can find easily, then upload it to the website. And the way to upload it is you just click here where it says submit. And then you've got the option of either clicking where it says browse files. And that's just like attaching a file to an email. Or alternatively, you can drag and drop to down here where it says drag and drop to upload your assessment. And that's like passing in or transferring a file between two folders on your computer. So whichever one's easier for you. The other type of assessment you'll encounter are online assessments. Those are things like quizzes or short answer questions, and you do those through the website. So they're fairly straightforward. And just remember, with all of your assessments, you can actually look at the questions anytime you like. There's no time limit, there's no due dates or anything like that. And so you can actually find out what the questions are and use that to kind of give you some focus when you're reading through the workbook. And when I'm doing these courses, I actually like to have the assessments with me as I'm studying, because that way I can make notes for the assessments as I go. So when I actually get up to doing the assessment, I've got this whole huge backlog of notes I can call on. So next thing we're going to look at is the support options up here on the top right of the page. So if you're ever stuck, you can go up here to the support menu, and just your first port of call really should be the support center. This has got a lot of written tutorials and guides, a lot of frequently asked questions. And so if you've got a fairly common problem, going here and having a look first might solve it very, very quickly. If you can't find the answer you need in the support center, you can go back up to support and you can contact a person. This can either be your trainers and assessors. So that's if it's a course content related problem. So say something in the workbook doesn't make sense, or there's an assessment question you just can't solve, contact your trainers and assessors. And if it's anything else, contact student support. And that's anything from disruption to your course, to say problems with say writing skills or time management, sorts of skills that really help you be an effective student. Just if you have a problem, let us know and we'll help you out. So next thing we're going to have a look at is this menu here, a little circle with a silhouette of a man. And you can actually upload a picture of yourself or just a picture in general that will appear in this circle. I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. First, let's have a look at the message center. So this is where you go to receive your messages. And when you receive a message or you have an unread message, a little green circle will appear just on this menu telling you the number of unread messages you have. So keep an eye on that, because occasionally the trainers will send out stuff about webinars or little extras or just advice to help you with your studies. And also sometimes other students might message you just to see if you want to collaborate on assessments or kind of bounce ideas off one another. So next thing we get you to do, just go back up to the menu, and now we're going to have a look at your profile, or my profile, which is actually not my profile because it's saying my name is E1141 Test, which is distinctly not my name. But what you can do here is set what people see of you in open space. So you can upload an image. It doesn't have to be an image of you. I know of one person who uploaded an image of a zebra for some reason, but most people upload a picture of themselves. You can also edit all the details about you. You can put in your contact details if you want to be contacted, just talk about yourself, and even set your privacy settings to say how much or how little people see of you in open space. The way you do that is you just hit any of these edit buttons here. And because my name is not E1141 Test, my name is Tim, I'm going to change that and just hit save. And now the profile is named after me. So we're going to go and have a look at one last thing that you'll probably find yourself coming back to, hopefully for good news, which is your grades. So after you complete an assessment, your grade will appear here. It usually takes about 3 to 4 working days for an assessment to be graded. And when it is, you'll get some feedback from your trainer, and they'll also let you know how you went. And just remember with the assessments, there's no fail grade. Like you notice here, it doesn't say fail anywhere. What happens if your assessment isn't going to pass is we withhold your grade, which is what this WD is down here on the bottom left, and give you feedback to help you resubmit. So I guess with submitting assessments, the way I think of it is you always gain something from submitting, and it's either going to be that you pass and you move on with your course, or you gain very, very exact feedback from your trainer about how to get your assessment up to scratch and what you need to improve on. So don't ever be afraid to submit anything. It's not like school where if you fail something, it will kind of haunt you forever. Right? So that's pretty much everything you need in order to get through your course. If you ever want to go back to the start page, you just click on the menu and you click here at the top. That will take you all the way back to the beginning. Let's move on if there's any questions. I think Katrina asks, how many chances to correct grades? If you get 3 free resubmissions, so if you don't pass on the first go, you can submit twice again, and then after that there's a $30 remark charge. In theory, you could submit an infinite number of times, not that anyone has ever come close to that. It's just going to start getting really expensive. So if there are any other questions, just type them in the question box, which should be on the bottom right of your screen, and let me know. Additionally, if you are ever in need of just support with the skills of being a student, just as I stall for time to let anyone who's desperately trying to finish off their assessment or finish writing their questions, get them up, you can always contact Learning Support. We're always happy to help. We teach everything from writing skills to time management, understanding questions. We don't tend to deal very specifically with course content, but if you do have a content-related problem, what we'll do is talk you through how we'd work it out and help you improve your research skills so to help you, find the information for yourself. Between wants to know, is the course still run over 2 years? Yeah, the duration of the course hasn't changed with transition. So I'm not sure if everyone has transitioned with the course, but yeah, the duration won't change. And when you do transition or after transition, you have the exact same amount of time as you would have done to do the previous course, but like you start again. So you don't like lose anything and then have a shortened amount of time to sort of catch up. So where's the library now? So Julie wants to know where the library is now. So if you want to use the Gale library, what you can do is go up to support, and it's under study tips and resources, I believe. I actually don't use the library very much. But if you go down, and you have here the Gale library, so just support, study tips and resources, and then you go down to where it says search the Gale library. Personally, I find that if the Gale library doesn't have what you need, you can also use Google Scholar, which is just a free online resource, similar sorts of articles that you'd find in the Gale library. And to use Google Scholar, you just go to Google and then do a Google search for Google Scholar, and it'll be the first item that comes up. So either of those should sort of meet all your needs in terms of peer-reviewed academic articles. Right. So if there are no further questions, I'm going to assume that I've answered everything really well and you're all perfectly well suited to dive into your course. And yeah, if you do need anything else, like if, sort of a few hours from now you think, oh, I should have asked that, don't be afraid to book a learning support appointment. We're always here to help you and we're always very, very keen. So just last chance, any questions? All right, that's looking like a no. So will wish you all a wonderful night and enjoy your course.